hello everyone. This is Omar from the Third Rail. I hope everybody's doing great. Long time no see. We haven't spoken in a while. Hope everything is okay. God is great. Happy Ramadan, whatever you want to do it, whatever you want to call it. This is Omar from the Third Rail. Happy to be here. We're just gonna have the same discussion as we do almost every day concerning what's going on in the Palestine and the community that has taken money in order to defend Israel in the face of unprecedented genocidal maniac or criminality that the Jewish state has committed against the Palestinians, which is shameful. These um, these people know who they are, especially in who are influencers in social media. Let me see how I look. Who are influencing in social media and seems to have been taking what's called blood money. It is blood money. Those people are like Destiny. Everybody know who Destiny is. Destiny, the cockhold, who his wife used him, emasculated him, and then took the green card and the American citizenship, then left him. That fucking critter, you know? Oh, okay. Why? Oh, okay, I know why. All right, let me just fix this. Anyway, so in the beginning of this conflict, the Palestinian conflict in Gaza, the Israeli government has let me see, get out of here, has a policy that gives movie stars, that give artists, that gives comedians, that gives them money, enable for them to tweet or to talk good about Israel, especially in the face of such a disastrous war in Gaza, where the Israeli army is not performing very well, but has, instead of fighting the war, they have resorted to killing women and children, wholesale killing men, women, and children, destroying cities and hospitals and colleges and universities, and killing innocent people for the sake of killing. We have never seen such evilness in our whole life in modern history, and this time, maybe in the last century. But the good thing is we found out what Israel is. We always saw Israel as this, they always betrayed it as this small democratic country in the middle of the wilderness in the Middle East that is under danger at any moment of being attacked and swallowed up by these Arab Sea of nations. It's not like that. Israel today has shown to the world what it has always been is a colonial project. Zionism is a vicious movement. Once I say the word Zionism, I'm not going to get no money from YouTube, but fuck YouTube. So the whole idea that a Zionism is a criminal entity, a criminal doctrine that is based on the idea of replacing the natives with colonial. Like, for example, we're going to come in from Europe and we're going to take the land by force and we're going to replace you. Now, the whole issue, the Jews who came from Europe have no relationship to the region. The Jews, let me repeat this. The Jews, like Netanyahu, like Gantz, like all these European Jews, have no connection to the region. They are not from the region. As a matter of fact, Ben Gurion, the founder of Israel, said that the original Hebrews never left the area, the Middle East. The Jews never left the Middle East. Yes, they were scattered, but they scattered within the Middle East, within Arabia, within the Iran, Turkey, that whole region. They never left for Europe. The Ashkenazi Jews who are white are converts to Judaism from Khazar. From Khazar is a region, is a Turkish nomad people who existed within the area of what is called what's today's Ukraine or Mid Asia. Now they converted to Judaism. They were merchants. Now my theory is everybody's going to get upset is because but it's before Christianity. I don't know why they converted, but they did convert and they did move to Europe and they lived for centuries in Europe and faced a lot of problems in Europe, a lot of pogroms, a lot of killing. They had to leave from state to state, from country to country because of the racist behavior of the European nation against the Jews, which in the Arabian Peninsula it did not exist. Not because they didn't know what nationalism was. Arabia was based on the idea of religion, not identity. So if you were Christian and you were Jewish, you were considered people of the book. So you have every right as Muslim, but you have to pay a jizya, which is a little more money, like taxes, because of the services you get. You don't have to. Your kids, your sons, does not have to join the military and die in foreign lands. You enjoy greater freedom. Your property was protected, and if you saw the jizya, it was not even more than the zakah. I don't want to get deep into that idea. It is, but I don't want to miss the opportunity here. Sometime, my problem is I'm going to try to get some stuff here if I could get it. I bought me a new keyboard so I could see good. Let me see if I could find this our picture of the day. so the so the idea is there's two people that I know on Twitter or on social media who are what you called have been paid by Israel. Here they are. Now, before the war, Destiny did not know nothing about Arabia, did not know anything about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, had no idea. A matter of fact, one time he debated let me stay in the front. I don't he debated Nick Fontes and he didn't know anything. Nick Fontes walked all over them. They had a debate on the podcast Fresh and Fit on Rumble. Go look at it. He didn't know nothing. Even now, he doesn't know anything, but he's defending the indefendable. Like, for example, the other day, they had a video of the Zionist criminals killing people from a drone. Innocent young men, they were walking. Let me show you here. And when Israel got caught, they said, "Well, we have a kill zone. You're not supposed to go in here." And all of a sudden, this blue hair cockhold will go in and look for the international law and defend it on Twitter as if he knows what's going on. Now the other she used to be a he, now she's a she. I think what's her name? Brianna Ho or Whoa. I think it's Ho or Woo or Ho. She's been tweeting a lot, and I noticed from the beginning her tweet did not make any sense. You could tell because they have to tweet at least once or twice a day of what they about Israel. They have to say something good about Israel once a day. They have to say. You understand what I'm saying here? Let me see Bobby Lee in Israel. I'll give you an idea right now. Okay, Bobby Lee. A little slow. So I noticed her tweet, and she's defending everything. She's even defending the destructions. She said, "Oh, our Shifa hospital was used by Hamas." So what do you think? All right, now let's watch this. Okay, I hope it works because StreamYard is very funny. You can't share another screen. If you share another screen, it starts to buffer. Let's hope it works, right? Let me give you an idea what Destiny and Brian Wu, what's her name? Brianna Ho. Okay, Brianna Ho is doing. They're making money off the blood of children. Unbelievable. All right, there you go. Okay. All right. Let me make myself small. Okay. All right. This is Bobby Lee. Here he goes. Don't worry. Okay.
Positive things
About Israel. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I just felt so uneasy about it.
Yeah, but couldn't you just go? Why do you? Because you have a lot of Palestinian friends.
Yeah, I mean, I know some. You know what I mean? I don't know much about it. I just know that they're in conflict, and it's just like.
Wait,
but I
hold on.
did. Steve Byrne calls me, and Steve Byrne goes, "You want to go to Israel?" I go, "Why?" It's never fun, right? He goes, "It's free. They'll fly you out."
You come on. You didn't do birthright and pretended you were Jewish.
No.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I didn't do that. No, but he said,
Now pay attention to what he's saying, please. This is what Destiny and Brianna Ho is doing.
no, the Israeli government is flying out like celebrities for free out there to do a tour for free, and it's on the house. They fly you first class, the whole thing.
Wow.
And I go, "Oh, who's going?" He goes, "It's going to be me, you, George Lopez, Jamie Chung, Brian Greenberg, her husband."
I like it. I love him.
I love Brian, right? And I go, "It's free?" And they go, "Yeah, it's not free." Because when you land there, they go, "You have to every day tweet positive things
about Israel." Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just felt so uneasy about it.
Yeah, but couldn't you just go? Why do you? Because you have a lot of Palestinian friends.
Yeah, I mean, I know some. You know what I mean? I don't know much about it. I just know that they're in conflict, and it's just like. But I did what they said. But it's like the fucking wrath I got
was insane.
Insane.
What was some of the stuff you tweeted? Jews good, Palestinians bad. Is that what you tweeted?
Yeah. Jew number one.
Build the wall higher. What?
It was just basically, Palestinians. Israel's a beautiful country.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's true.
It is true, but then it's like I had to tag the government in it or whatever.
Oh, that's crazy. The Israeli government?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That's weird as shit.
Yeah, and it was just like every day it was just nonstop.
You were cucking for the Israeli government.
Yeah, but I wish I hadn't gone really.
See, you see what I'm trying to tell you? What was going on? The Israeli government pays influencers, comedians, and actors to say good things about Israel, even if it's a lie. By the way, the number you have here is 1-800. You can call me if you want. You could call me if you want to ask a question. But I want listen. Look at this tweet today. This is a tweet by what's her name? Brianna Ho. Brianna Wu. Okay, I'm not good with name. This is her tweet. It's unbelievable, man. So she's like, well, Hamas, yeah. She's saying the same thing as what the Israelis are saying. A lot of bullshit, unnecessary shit. There you go. This is it. You can see it right here. Fact check. See it? All of a sudden, she's a fact checker. Unbelievable. Fact check. Hamas and Palestinian Islam Jihad turned Al-Shifa Hospital into a command center. At this point, under international law, it becomes a valid military target. Fuck you. This is the fourth time they have attacked this hospital. I mean, is this hospital keeps on? Then they finally destroyed it. Okay, let's say Brianna Wu is right? Let's say, well, Brianna Wu, she's smart. She was an engineer, and she's smarter than all of us. Okay, how about the 26 other hospitals that have been destroyed by Israel purposely? Let's say I want to give her the idea that this hospital was full of Hamas and Islamic Jihad fighters. By the way, this is the largest hospital in Gaza, Al-Shifa. It's like 4 or 5 blocks in the United States. And this is the fourth time that Israel has attacked the same hospital, but they destroyed it a little bit. Remember that last time they say they found tunnels, they found machine guns, an AK-47. Remember when the guy was showing us the calendar and saying that was he's saying that the Hamas was using it as a timetable, you know, what time to come in, and it turned out to be all lies. It's all lies. This is all lies. The purpose and destructions of these hospitals is to create a no man's state. I mean, land. You ever see that movie Mad Max, where the whole world has lost its way? With Tina Turner, she's rest in peace. And that's what they're trying to do in Gaza. The Israeli objective, the Zionist Jewish military's objective is to destroy all viable places inside Gaza that gives it life. Am I making any sense here? They want to destroy all the hospitals, which they did. They destroyed 12 universities, Brianna. Oh, Brianna, where are you? How about the 12 universities? And the 12 universities, they didn't destroy them by air. They went in there and they put dynamite and they blew them up. These are universities of learning. They're not. It's just the objective is to destroy education, healthcare, food, water system, in a way to get rid of this community or to ethnically cleanse these people because they want their fucking land, man. It's not hard. It's not hard not to understand what's going on in Gaza. But when you have garbage like this guy or lady, fuck them. They don't get to say all of a sudden. I get upset because I have friends in the transgender community. But I'm supporting this piece of shit right to exist, supporting her to be a human being as a progressive, but she cannot take the opportunity as a minority who are subjected to violence and discrimination in the transgender community. She's unable to defend the defenseless 17,000 children to 14,000 children that have been killed, according to the United States Secretary of Defense. We didn't give these numbers from Hamas. Altogether, almost 26,000 or 25,000 women and children have been killed. And this piece of shit here is playing fact check. Hamas and Palestinian Islam Jihad, you don't even know what the fuck that is, turned Al-Shifa Hospital into a command center. At this point, under international law, it becomes valid military target. All of a sudden, she's a fucking general. This grifting piece of shit. There is no current evidence of any civilians were killed. 400 people were killed. Though that might change. The dead bodies you are seeing are the militants who are given a chance to surrender and chose to fight back with mortars, grenades, and assault weapons. And obviously, heartbreaking. Fuck you. You don't really give a damn. Obviously, a heartbreaking hospital destroyed. Brianna. I don't know what this is. 26 other hospitals have been killed. Have been destroyed. Let me see what she put. Last November, Israel's military declared Al-Shifa cleared of militants amid withstand from the hospital. Fuck you and fuck the idea. All right. Here she is. Let me see. This is Al-Shifa. Oh, you can't see it. I don't know why video doesn't work from another screen. Here she goes. Because she's an idiot. Hasbara say what? Okay, these are people against her. Trying to find her. Where is she? I think I left her page. All right. Here goes. She remember, in order to get paid by Israel, you have to tweet 2 to 3 times a day, and you have to pretend she has never mentioned the children that have been killed. Never. Then she goes the other day, I'm leaving the progressive party. Okay.
To actually go out and protest. Why is that?
There is a very strong notion.
Wait, listen to this. I hate these videos. I can't. Katie Helper is a beautiful woman. What happened to this garbage? Where is she? Oh, this is me. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. This is a tweet. Oh, listen to this tweet. Listen how evil this garbage is. Somebody tweeted, some of us far-right settler colonial Jews can be quite friendly and open-minded. All right, as long as you give up your house and home, you're all right. And you know what she does? You're my favorite apartheid, ethno-state, genocidal settler, colonialist, white supremacists. That's what Brianna Wu said. This is her when she was young. Fucking garbage. She's garbage. All right. I don't know. This morning she got up. She said this is going to be the flag of the what do you call it? Of the LGBTQ, whatever community. I don't know, 20, 30 years. She's losing her mind, or she's losing her mind. All right, this is me live. All right. All right. 23 is a deadline year for Palestinian children, says human rights around groups. This is the problem we have. She has disappeared. So what I'm trying to say here, let me get out of here. I don't want to spend too much time on that garbage. So the whole idea that these people are getting paid by Israel. They don't care. They will defend the undefendable. They will say anything. You understand? Here's the other idiot. I think I have a video of him here where he made a fool of himself. This is Destiny in a debate last month. Not a debate.
The court is not asked at this present phase of the proceedings to determine whether South Africa's allegations of genocide are well-founded. They're not well-founded.
Destiny doesn't think there's a genocide going on in Palestine. There's almost 105,000 people killed and injured. 80% of the houses and homes and hospitals have been destroyed on purpose. And this cockhole doesn't think there's a genocide going on.
They're not even well-founded. The court isn't. You said that plausible was a high standard. It is absolutely not. It is a misrepresentation of the strength of the case against Israel, just like the majority of the quotes they have in this case are. And also, you said it was an extremely well-founded case. They spend like 1/4 of all of the quotations, some even pulled from the Goldstone report, that try to that actually deal with the intent part. Which is, by the way, I think you guys, I don't know if you use the phrase, the dolus specialis, that the intentional part of genocide.
Sorry, I don't know that term.
I think it's called dolus specialis. It is the most important part of genocide, which is proving it is a highly special intent to commit genocide. It's possible that Israel could.
That's mens rea.
No. The mens rea, yes, I understand the state of mind, but for genocide, it's called dolus specialis. It's a highly special intent. Did you read the case?
Yeah.
It is highly special intent.
I'm going to ask you again.
Yes.
Please stop displaying your imbecility.
I'm sorry if you think the declaration of the judge is imbecile.
Don't put on public display that you're a moron. At least have the self-possession to shut up. Did I read the case?
Putting my display on camera. You're comfortable putting yours in books. Okay?
I read the case around 4 times. I read all of the majority opinion, the declarations. I read Aaron Barak's declaration.
Then why are you lying and saying plausible is a high standard?
Because I said, even reaching the benchmark of plausibility is a very high standard in the world. It's the equivalent of a regional player qualifying for an Olympics. It's still 2 steps removed. You may not be on the team and you may not get a medal, But to get qualified, which in this context is the equivalent of plausible, you must be doing something pretty horrible.
But
And as it happens, Professor Morris,
there was no
as-
genocide.
as
That's
a-
what the court will rule. Remember what I just told you. The court will
I don't
rule
expect
there
to
was
be
no
even
genocide.
around when the court reaches its final decision.
Why?
Why? It'll take a long, long time.
2 years, 3
No,
years.
I don't think it'll take 2 or 3 years.
I mean,
but-
Bosnia, which was admittedly a special type of case because they were accusing Serbia of sponsoring the Bosnian Serbs. That took, I think, 17 years from 90.
I assume they'll take 2 or 3 years.
But the point you're making, so this
I'm
is
saying
illegal.
that something
yeah.
horrible must be happening to even
It
achieve.
is horrible. It's a war.
Yeah,
I
So-
know.
It's
It's
true,
very
yes.
horrible.
But I
Except
think-
they weren't rendering a ruling on a war. They were rendering a ruling on a genocide.
And I think
They
the
didn't render it.
suggestion.
And they said it was
They just said,
plausible.
look,
They also
we're
said it was
talking about-
plausible that Israel is committing a
But I thi-
military
I thi-
operation as well.
Yeah, but I think the problem with your characterization is you're saying in so many words the South Africans basically only had to show up in court with a coherent
Right.
Basically,
statement.
yes, that is correct.
In today's
needed-
atmosphere, that's probably correct.
They needed to do a lot more.
Not
they
much more.
they needed
Not
to
much more.
they needed
The
to
American
persuade.
judge?
Today's atmosphere.
The
forget
American
American.
judge?
They needed
Today's
to
atmosphere,
persuade.
Judges go according to what the majority want to hear.
Yeah, but
That's
they
He was
needed-
the president.
They needed to persuade the court that it was worth investing several years of their time in
They're probably
hearing
well
this
paid
case.
for it,
To
so
they're well paid whether
they
they
have
take
time
this
for it.
case or not. I mean, they have a full docket whether they accept.
You gotta wait until the end because destiny is not is not convinced that it's a genocide. Let's see what he says in the end. Listen to what he says in the end.
to reject this case, and I don't think we should
Remember what I just said. They won't rule there was genocide. Remember what I said.
Also, I recommend people actually read the case and follow through a lot of the quotes. That they just
Okay.
don't show
Mr.
genocidal
Borelli,
intent.
brace
I don't think so
yourself.
either.
The Israeli Minister of
Mr.
Finance on the
Borelli.
8th of October, 2023. This is taken from the ICJ. This is from South Africa's submission. Bezalel Smotrich, I can't read this, stated,
Bezalel Smotrich.
there you go. Okay, at a meeting of the Israeli cabinet that, quote, we need to deal a blow that hasn't been seen in 50 years and take down Gaza, end quote. But again, if you click through and you read the source, their own linked source, it says, as per this own source, quote, the powerful finance minister, settler leader Bezalel Smotrich, I can't pronounce this, demanded at the cabinet meeting late Saturday that the army, quote, hit Hamas brutally and not take the matter of the captives into significant consideration, end quote. Quote, in war, as in war, you have to be brutal, end quote. He was quoted as saying, quote, we need to deal a blow that hasn't been seen in 50 years and take down Gaza, end quote. You can't strip the quotation of Hamas, a entity that you're at war with, and then pretend that there's genocidal intent. That's not how it.
That's not genocide.
Hey,
So when the
Take down
Ukrainians say
Gaza?
we need, when the Ukrainians say
take
we need
down
to
Gaza.
defeat Russia,
That's
Take
not
down Gaza.
genocidal.
no. When
No.
Ukraine says we need to defeat
Uh,
Russia,
yeah.
is that genocidal? Do they
Here's
mean
one.
killing all Russian citizens?
Professor Morris, here's
seriously,
another
it's
one.
not- it's
when
ridiculous.
the defense, ridiculous.
Yes, ridiculous.
The American judge.
He also doesn't determine policy, but
The American judge.
neither here nor
The
there.
American judge read.
You are holding the American judge to
Well, she was the president.
Because he'll
So
appeal
was
to
the
authority
president.
when it agrees
Okay.
with him, and we won't deal with the actual
Yeah.
facts of the matter, ever.
Okay. The American judge read several of the quotes.
Look at the American
Okay.
Supreme Court today. They may support Trump.
Okay, look-
It shows you
Okay,
how worthy
Professor
American
Morris,
judges are.
Professor Morris, without going too far afield, if you heard a statement by the defense minister said, we are going to prevent any food, water, fuel, or electricity from entering
Did they
Gaza.
do that?
He wanted
I-
to make
Did Israel do that?
Okay, no, I'm wondering.
What he said.
I'm asking you.
Isn't Israeli
Oh,
government
wait,
policy?
but we're talking about statements now, intent. How would you interpret that?
After 1,200 of your citizens are murdered the way they were, I would expect
Let's-
extreme statements
Okay,
by
okay.
lots of politicians.
But you're
by lots of politicians.
but you don't accept extreme
But that's not
Palestinian
Israeli policy.
Wait, but you don't accept
What he said isn't Israeli policy.
But you don't-
They let in
please.
water, they let in gas.
Untrue.
They
But
let
you don't
in
accept.
electricity.
But you don't accept extreme
Untrue.
Palestinian statements after they lost their entire country, not just 1,200 people.
That's a good point. No, it's a good point.
And on that, on that brief moment of agreement, let's just take a quick pause.
All right, he didn't say what he did say. In the other clip, he says even if Israel threw a nuclear weapon at Gaza, it does not necessarily qualify as a war crime. Now, Brianna Wu said that Al-Shifa Hospital was attacked because it had Palestinian resistance fighters inside the hospital. And she said under international law that it's okay to attack the hospital. Now, let's ask her, what does the cemeteries do? Watch the cemeteries. This is CNN. Sorry. Let's watch this segment. This is CNN reporting that the Israeli army has destroyed more than 13 or 14 cemeteries that have been there for hundreds of years on purpose, for no reason at all, under the shadow of, hold on, CNN, what is it? Israel, oh yeah. All right. See it?
Today, the Israeli military
Wait. Okay, here.
acknowledged that they rolled into a cemetery, took bodies out of graves as part of what they say is a search for Israeli hostages' remains. But as the Israeli
What is it?
military put out that statement, we were completing our investigation into the Israeli military's desecration of cemeteries. And what we found is 16 cemeteries across Gaza damaged or destroyed. I do want to warn our viewers that they may find some of these images disturbing.
Hey. 16 cemeteries have been destroyed, totally destroyed. Cemeteries, ladies and gentlemen. If this is not genocide, even the dead is being unalived again.
In Gaza, even the dead cannot escape the indignities of war. More than a dozen cemeteries like this one in Jabalia, desecrated by the Israeli military. Gravestones destroyed, soil upturned, tread marks leaving little left for the living to honor their dead. This is that same graveyard before the war. 1 month later, a series of tread marks can be seen on the northwestern edge.
They cleaned it all up. They don't want the
It
dead.
is no
They don't want the
exception.
alive or the dead.
CNN analysis of videos and satellite imagery found that 16 cemeteries have been damaged or destroyed by the Israeli military since it launched its ground offensive. As Israeli forces push deeper into Gaza, they crushed the graves of thousands of Palestinians between November and January. Janina Dill, co-director of Oxford University's Institute for Ethics, Law, and Armed Conflict, says destroying graveyards violates international law, except under very limited circumstances.
Cemeteries are not military objectives. They are, in fact, what international law would consider an object that is normally dedicated to civilian purposes, like places of worship generally. So this is protected from intentional attack.
So my question is to Brian Wu. I'm very bad with English names. I'm going to be honest with you. Brianna Wu, are cemeteries fair target under international law? 16 cemeteries, and when they came to the cemetery with these Jews and Christians, they did not touch them. Listen to the report.
It can only be intentionally attacked or destroyed if it becomes a military objective.
In some cases, like this cemetery in the Shujaiya refugee camp, Israeli bulldozers turned cemeteries into military outposts, parking armored vehicles behind freshly raised berms. The damage is often deliberate and progressive. Over 2 weeks in December, the military bulldozed more and more of this cemetery east of Khan Yunis, building defensive fortifications. CNN witnessed firsthand the results of Israel's bulldozing of graveyards while embedded with Israeli forces last week. The armored personnel carrier CNN was traveling in drove right through this cemetery in Al-Burej, on a freshly bulldozed dirt road. And then there's this. Tombs opened at a cemetery in Khan.
Brianna, these are dead people. They've been dead for centuries. What military objective does this have? Huh? I ask. Can you answer that, please? Bodies. Oh, sorry. Messed it up.
Hamas rocket launcher at a cemetery in Gaza. CNN could not independently
shit.
verify where it was taken. The spokesman could not account for the military posts over graveyards, but said, "We have a serious obligation to the respect of the dead, and there is no policy to create
No, you
military posts out of graveyards."
No, you don't.
In at least one case, the Israeli military appears to have taken pains to maneuver around a graveyard. The Deir el-Balah War Cemetery, which holds the remains of many Christian and Jewish soldiers from World War
Okay, what? That cemetery is a Jewish cemetery. That cemetery, as a Jewish cemetery, has been respected by Hamas, respected by the Palestinians for hundreds of years. It's there, right? As soon as these animals come into Gaza, they destroy all the cemeteries, but keep their cemeteries okay. As if even dead Jews have more value. Dead Jews have more value than dead Muslims in dead cemeteries. It's unbelievable that life has come to that.
War I left intact, despite devastation all around. At the Al Tufa Cemetery, a very different picture. Residents say bodies were
These are all dead bodies.
Uprooted by Israeli bulldozers.
We're currently retrieving the corpses of the martyrs that are present in the cemetery. The occupation forces have run over most of them with their bulldozers, and we've only identified a small number of corpses and martyrs. As for the rest, their identities remain unknown.
South Africa cited Israel's destruction of cemeteries as part of its case, arguing Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Israel denies the allegation, but experts say cemetery destruction could be evidence of Israel's intent.
There's huge symbolic meaning to the notion that not even the dead are left in peace. It suggests a disrespect towards the kind of spiritual life of your enemy, their cultural property and heritage. It's an evidence of an animus against your enemy that is unhelpful in this context.
The Israeli military is still desecrating graves in Gaza. At the Han Yunis cemetery, where the military dug up bodies this week, the damage is extensive and all too familiar. Tombs destroyed, shrouded bodies sticking out of the soil, the dead roused from their final rest.
And the Israeli military pointed to Hamas using some of these cemeteries for military purposes to justify what we've documented here. But what we're talking about isn't just strikes on these cemeteries. In some cases, it's the bulldozing of entire cemeteries, putting military outposts there, heavy armored vehicles driving right through the graves, showing very little care for the dignity of the dead. It speaks to something far more systematic than what the military acknowledged.
I'm laughing.
I'm currently in a lot, and a few hours ago,
what is this?
A drone from Iraq struck the IDF.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. God bless those hands. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is that the reason that I'm laughing, which is strange, stop sharing, right? The reason that I'm laughing at that video, Sheikh Tapper, the CNN anchor, he's a Zionist. He grew up in Philadelphia with Netanyahu. So he's a hardcore Zionist, and he's seeing that his people, or the Jewish of Israel, are doing to the Palestinians. Unbelievable. So the whole idea, we have to address the word. If we say, oh, the Israel is committing a war crime, you're anti-Semite. Well, what is it? Is Israel Israelis or is Israel Jews? You understand? That's a problem for me. Every time I tweet and I condemn what the Jewish state is doing to the Palestinian occupied, I am met forcefully by people who call me anti-Semite, you hate Jews, I don't hate anybody. I hate the people who are killing the Palestinians for no reasons. You understand? And these two guys, or two, yeah, I mean, well, she used to be a guy. This girl and this man, this not a girl, this woman and this man, especially Destiny, who has a large following, he's using his platform to give cover to the Israeli military. Unbelievable. And I don't know why people debate him. You should stop debating this piece of shit. He got destroyed by Norman Finkelstein and the others. He had nothing to offer. The guy looked like a critter. I think he's like 4'3". You know why his stunt growth like that? Because he's been streaming all his life since he was young, maybe 15 years. He was like 18, 19. I don't know. He's been a long time. So he never got a lot of sun. He never left the house. He never ate good food or nutritious food to grow. When I saw him that day, all of a sudden he's a big head. I think he looks like a midget. I'm like, no wonder his wife left him. No wonder Melina left you, you piece of shit. She got that citizen. She got that citizen and that green card, and she left you. And she I don't know what this guy is writing, man. Fucking, I don't even know where are you, 2.9 million? Where are you? Is there any Americans here? Would you write one? Yeah. All right. So, let me show you Shifa. Let me show you a report from Shifa Hospital. You don't get your news from CNN. Get them from us. We're going to tell you the truth. There's a lot of murder every day. 80, 90, 100 people are getting killed in Gaza. And these are not fighters. These are residents. And, they're building our port. Imagine the shameful trickery that they're using, that the United States, who just gave them tons of weapons and almost a $14 billion and $3.3 billion, is not able to bring food from the Egyptian crossing. Egypt has no agency. They can't even say to the United States no. That maybe Israel could get cocky because of the lobby motherfuckers here like AIPAC and the ADL, which chase people around and scare the daylight out of them. But the whole idea is the United States of America is airdropping food from the sky and is building a port to bring in food from Cyprus. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's April 1st, right? You will see in the coming months, they will try to bribe Palestinians to leave Gaza. They will spend $100,000 a person. They don't care because they're trying to deplete the population. They will give them $10,000 each. That's a lot of money for people in that area. You will notice and you will be witness to the ethnic cleansing of Palestinian, and the United States of America is complicit in the genocide that is happening right now, in the famine that's happening right now, in the lack of food and water that's happening right now, and is going to be complicit in the idea of facilitating of ships coming to take Palestinians away from their land so they could be replaced by Jews. Remember, the name of the game is very simple. We need to get rid of a Palestinian and replace him with a Jew. Very simple. A matter of fact, as the war is going on right now in Gaza, there's about 25,000 people have been, 25,000, what do you call it? Not acres, those acres that has been taken from the West Bank. And they have deliberately kicked the Palestinian out of the West Bank. There's no war in the West Bank. But the settlers, 91% Americans who come from New York and go there to show their fucking muscles with the guns and slap around the old people over there. Why don't you do it here in Brooklyn, motherfuckers? I'm here in Brooklyn, man. I'm in Brooklyn. If I walk in the train, you won't even look at people like me. Because these people who go and have this calling that they are fulfilling the calling of Moses or whatever, they are mostly misfits who were not successful in their communities. Instead of remaining misfits, they go to the West Banks and show muscles against poor Palestinian. If you see what they have done to the Palestinian in the West Bank, you will not believe what they have done to their villages. They have built walls around them. They have built highways only for Jews, areas for Jews. Imagine some villages. The Israeli government takes 80% of the water from the village to the settlements where they have pools, they play with the water, gardening, everything. About 80% of the water resources, and some towns only get water once a week. So they have to fill their tanks, whatever they are. If they don't, they're not going to have no water. Imagine that kind of racism and that kind of evilness. This is evil. You know, you got to call it is what it is. Don't worry about it if they call you anti-Semite or blood. This is all bullshit. These are only names they made up. They have no value no more. They used to have value before October 7th. If you call somebody an anti-Semite, oh my God, no, not. He has to apologize for the next 365 days. So these are the blood merchants on social media. All right. Joe Rogan is one of the biggest podcasters in the world. I mean, unbelievable following he has. And finally, he spoke up for the Palestinian people. He didn't do it in a rough way, but he kind of brushed it here and there just to give you an idea that people are starting to talk. People are not letting things go how they are. This is Joe Biden. Hold on.
Going on with Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro.
Hold on. Okay, let me get out of the way. All right, this is Joe Biden, and he had a guest. I don't know who his name was. He's a little nuts, that guy. I forgot. Mitzberger, whatever his name is. And they were talking, for 3 hours. And they got to the Palestinian issue, and they got to Candace Owens because Candace Owens apologized to the Muslims, and she was fired by the Zionists at the Daily Wire because she refused to condemn the Palestinians in Gaza or see them as unhuman. So let's watch this and let's see the great Joe Rogan. Let's go, buddy. Listen, please. Okay.
I want to know what she was fired for. Because was it criticism of Israel? Did she show that Edward Snowden video that he put up on Twitter that shows them
maybe
drone bombing those kids those men, I should say, unarmed people that were walking towards the rubble that clearly weren't causing any danger to anybody?
Yeah, right.
They just bombed them.
Yeah, no, it's your duty. It's just like for Biden or whoever you like, you're supposed to cover up for them because.
But the whole thing is like they were always saying they're only targeting Hamas and everybody else is a casualty. Well, if those guys are just unarmed civilians and they're walking alone, that's what they appear to be.
Dresden.
And you just blast them from the sky with robots.
This is the tragedy of war.
Yeah, this is insane, and no one knows what to think now because if
remember, Brianna Wu. This piece of shit here, and this guy, they never mentioned it. A matter of fact, Destiny defended it. He says, well, they went into the area they're not supposed to go. And under international law, ICW, Wikipedia, I'm a piece of shit cockhole, that the law said that you're not supposed to go. That's how he talks like that, right? I don't know what you're talking about here, all right? Huh? Under international law, they could kill people. They could unalive as many people they want. Women, children, old people. It's okay. You know why? Because they're Palestinians, so they are expendable. I'm a big debater. Who's going to debate me next? You fucking garbage. Eat that piece of good.
If you can't talk about that, if you can't say that's real, then you're saying that genocide is okay as long as we're doing it. And
that is what we're saying.
And if you're saying that from a perspective of someone who literally went through the Holocaust, or your people, your tribe went through the fucking Holocaust, and now you're willing to do it?
I hope the irony's not lost on you.
It's so nuts. It's so hard to imagine that someone where a culture, like a country, was like officially founded in what, 47?
Yes.
48? Okay, officially founded. So that's so recent. and you guys are willing to do what was done to you that led you to believe that you needed to start your own country? You're
Yeah.
willing to do that at least on a small scale in Gaza? Like, there's nothing left.
There's nothing left. Thank you, Joe Rogan, for your honesty. Those are a little late, but anybody who speaks against this genocide is appreciated. And whoever hears my voice, whoever sees me, we're all over the world, please, we're not asking you to do a lot. Just go to social media, express yourself, condemn Israel, condemn the IOF, condemn their behavior, even condemn the Joe Biden and the United States administration for giving unfettered weaponry to Israel to use against a hopeless and defenseless people. All this war has nothing to do with October 7 right now. The whole war right now has nothing to do with October 7. They don't give a fuck about it. You really think they give a fuck? Israel just killed maybe 70 or 80 about. They're supposed to be 130 hostages, right? There's an estimate of 70 of them are dead already. Why? Because of the bombing by Israel. Israel is killing the hostages. Israel is unliving the hostages. And we don't even know how many. There may be 100. Maybe all of them have been dead because they bombed everything. You understand? But with God's willing, the resistance is still fighting here and there. And imagine the resistance, they have no one to replace their weapons, their ammunition, or give them real weapons to fight. And they still humiliated the Israeli army, the IOF, all the big shots. Okay, piece of shit. All right, let's look a little bit at Twitter. Let me see if I have more videos. Because, sometimes let me love you. What is this? Okay, let me see what this is. What's that?
ואתה כושל היום. אתה ראש הממשלה הכושל.
I'm going to get to that. Sometimes I plan a lot of shit, but I'm not organized, I'm not organized. Let me be honest with you. I want to show you a video by a rabbi. Okay. Hold on. I want you to think, please. Just imagine if this rabbi was an Islamic imam talking about Jewish children. Please. Here.
Responsibility to discern, identify who your enemy's civilians are. They have to identify themselves, then you don't kill them.
So you're saying according to Allah, a civilian
self-identify by surrendering.
A civilian is someone who surrenders.
Well, or some other way of identifying, but
like when they cross,
I have to vet you and figure out that I'm busy shooting at you, and I have to figure out whether you're a civilian.
Well, when the Israelis opened up a passageway for Gazans to get from northern to southern, they were walking with a white flag. They weren't shot at.
Mm-hmm. So there are two things, actually. If he surrenders or if he's leaving, just wants to leave the country.
You see where the mind is? The motherfucker said the quiet part. Who leaves this country? You see where their mind is at? Well, if he surrenders or leaves the country. In other words, we'll kill you or you have to leave. If you leave, it's better for you. You saw what he said? Unbelievable.
If he wants to leave the country, he's not a threat. But the point...
Why don't you leave the country? You don't shower. They don't shower these days.
It all boils down to he's a civilian if he hasn't shot you yet. That makes him a civilian?
Well, if he doesn't have guns.
What are you eliminating here? People who shoot at you? No, you're eliminating people who might shoot at you. You're eliminating a threat. You don't want to live under a threat. So before they shoot at you, they're already not civilians. If they're coming to shoot. Right?
How do you know if someone's going to become a threat or not?
That's right. And it's not your responsibility to figure that out.
It's their responsibility to choose whether they're civilian or not, you're saying.
And identify themselves. Yeah. Even their babies. Somebody has to identify the babies as non-militant.
Not Allah. Did you hear what you said? Even the babies have to be identified as non-threat. Now, I don't know what babies do. I haven't seen a baby shoot anybody. They just shit in their pampers and things of that nature. Allahu Akbar. These people are evil, man. Wallahi, the United States is under danger from these people. And I'm seeing a lot of crazy shit, man. And I'm honestly thinking that the United States is in trouble as a country.
Well, what's
they're not being used as bait.
So you're saying a human shield is not a civilian?
That's right. The tool of war. Now let's talk about that. It's shocking. When two Arab nations are at war, nobody ever talks about civilians.
But when we
and
do
there are
it,
no human shields.
but when we do it,
Why?
People complain why we killing
Because
people.
what would be the point? Only with us, because we keep telling them that we won't shoot civilians. Now it pays for them to use.
All right, fuck you, you filthy animal. Get the fuck out. Get out of my studio. I gotta get him out of here because it's too dirty staying here. Oh, you know, we could kill the babies, you know. The babies is okay to kill them because they're babies. Because they are babies. And we are the chosen people. That's what it is. It is what it is. You know, sometimes. All right. One more. I want to show you another fucking piece of shit. Yeah. I call him this is the economic terrorist here himself.
Students tell me that they are changing.
All right. Please. I want you to listen to this very carefully. Okay? Please listen. Listen to the message. This is the guy who walks around fighting anti-Semitism and causes millions and billions of dollars to businesses. And see what the message is here. You have to please listen with him. I want to show you the evilness of these motherfuckers. Evil. Now let's listen to this. It's all a lie. What he's saying here is a lie. And he's on MSNBC.
Changing their names in their Uber profile. And to hear Jewish students tell me that they are changing their names in their Uber profiles because they are afraid of the drivers understanding that they're Jews.
Hold on. I know who's this guy. Wait.
I'm not going to get into deep why I hate the ADL. Like, I've done too many videos on that. But, like, this is so fucking funny. Like, this is such a funny thing for them to say. Like, one, that is the bougiest problem I can imagine. Like, that when you order a driver, like, you have to change your name because he might be anti-Semitic. And also on top of that, like, it feels like there's this racist implication, like, of that's the problem that they have. Because obviously it's stereotypically like drivers are more likely to be Arab or Muslim. Like, I don't know if that is something that is in there. Like, that is something that I'm picking up on. Maybe I'm just it is,
my friend.
But I feel like that's sort of like this underlying implication there when that's the thing that they see as a problem. I don't know, man. I hate that guy so much.
All right. Let me get rid of him. That filthy animal. Not this guy, the other one. Okay. What the head of the ADL is saying that Jewish students are changing their names on their Uber because they are afraid of the drivers. Because the drivers might be Muslims or Arabs, and they go, because they are working for Uber, are actually looking forward to motherfucker. I worked as a taxi driver a long time ago. All I'm looking for is to get paid my fare and get the fuck out of my car, right? It shows you this man is supposed to be against racism, but he's advocating racism against Arabs or Muslims. Some of the Twitter accounts of prominent Jewish activists scare. They put up Muslims to Europe. Look what's coming. Using Muslims as bait to scare white people from Muslims. But if we did the same thing, we will have a big problem. You will be canceled, or your Twitter account will be shut down. There's a guy named David something. I forgot his name. It's David. He actually put a couple pictures of women in hijab, and somehow it's like a political cartoon, which is anti-Muslim, telling Europeans that a continent is being taken over by Muslims. So we're not saying anything that Jews are all over the government. Nobody's saying that. I'm not saying that the Secretary of State is Jewish. The Secretary of Homeland Security is Jewish. The Director of National Intelligence is Jewish. The CIA, the Deputy CIA. I mean, imagine if we said that. You'll say, "Oh, you're anti-Semite. Why are you saying that?" But wait, I'm trying to say you're doing the same thing. What you're doing is you're doing the same thing. You're all over the place, man. So, since October 7th, I have seen the ugliness of liberal Jews and progressive ones. Not all of them. They got some heroes. They got a lot of heroes. They got people who are honest, like the Max Blumenthal, like the Mato brothers, Meta himself. I think he's in Canada. There's Matt Lieb, Sam Sira. There's a lot of people who are anti-Zionist. But the problem is I've seen such dirty behavior on Twitter by people who are afraid of anti-Semitism. And they are using the same tactic that anti-Semites use against them to try to rise up some form of an alliance or people just to give them a bit of support while they do the genocide in Gaza, which is dangerous for them. Let me show you something, guys. You know what? We have time. Fuck it, man. Okay. Well, let me show you. I want to show you a report first from. Let me get rid of this animal out here. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you first from Al-Shifa Hospital, where this idiot over here. Look at that fucking filthy face. Brianna, I don't know what's her name. Brian Wu, Brianna Wu, whatever her name is. I don't give a fuck. Listen, if she's okay with my people dying, fuck her or him. I don't give a fuck about her. I have no fucking love for people like that because where is that? Okay. All right, I'm gonna see this. Okay, this is Sky News. Now, Sky News, hold on.
And his mother, who's also
Okay, Sky News is British. Don't watch your TV stations in America. Don't watch them. They're all owned by Zionist motherfuckers. Don't watch CNN. Don't watch. They're all for the same people, and they use American people once against the other to fight. Fox News, those liberals, CNN, those maniac, crazy Trump supporters. They're just using you as fodder to make money off each other. They are deliberately dividing America for the purpose of profits. Now, I don't know, this is an interview, but I don't know if she's a doctor. I don't know. Let's listen to her.
Doctor, I look, the picture you paint is one of devastation. You'll know that the Israeli military say that they have killed and detained hundreds of Hamas militants within the Al-Shifa complex. Do you know if Hamas were there and were fighting with the Israelis?
I am just shocked that we're still having this conversation. They executed tens of people, point blank, including one of our colleagues, Dr. Ahmed Khalalati, who's a very experienced plastic surgeon, him and his mother, who's also a physician. They executed people point blank. And including many of our colleagues who've been detained now, we haven't heard back from them. Previous students of mine detained, young doctors detained. We don't know if they're dead or alive. They have been gone for over 100 days. So to say that this is a strategic targeting of Hamas is an insult to.
This is an American doctor that used to work on Al Shifa hospital, talking probably from England, wherever she's at, or from Amman. She's in Jordan. And she's telling you what took place in Al Shifa hospital, where that piece of shit, Brianna Wu, is telling you that it's a fair target to kill Palestinian people. What I saw, it's like, well, I'm going to talk about it.
To our intellect and our humanity. This is this is a destruction of people who heal. This is a direct targeting of healthcare workers. I just want to paint a very brief picture of what healthcare workers are telling me there. They're saying that when they leave the hospital, civilians give them civilian clothing because wearing scrubs is sticking a target sticker on their back.
Yeah.
That is how systematically healthcare has been targeted. And frankly, you know, in the last 24 hours, what we've seen from Al Shifa Hospital, what we've seen from Al Aqsa Hospital, and what I worry is coming to the remaining hospitals of Gaza, of the Gaza Strip, because it has been the pattern and we will not ignore it, is a direct and systematic targeting of healthcare that is unjustifiable.
All right, there you have
Doctor,
it.
I look.
Wait, hold on. Let me get out of here. Okay, let me take a start. Oh man. Okay, I have to stop sharing. All right, that's an American doctor. She's telling you that hundreds were executed, young Palestinians. You saw the rabbi. The rabbi before said that even children are okay, even babies are fair game. Or you could use them as bait. So you got to kill them babies because it's inside their Bible. Remember when the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, said, go to do what Amalek, do to what we did to Amalek in the Bible. What they did to Amalek was supposed to be an anti-Jewish nation about 4,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, I don't know. And that God ordered the Jews to go in, and Samuel, go look at it in the Bible. I think it's Samuel 15, 1-3. Go out and kill the Amalek, their women, kill the women, men, children, babies, cows. I swear to God, donkeys, camels, and even ox. Kill them all. This is what they are projecting. This is who they are. This is who they are, my friend. Don't be surprised. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you more pictures from Al Shifa Hospital. Man, I don't show bad pictures of people. You know, fuck the fuck YouTube. I haven't got $1 from YouTube, man. $3 last year. Okay. I'm going to show you one more here from, you know, everything is under your fingers, man. You know, you got to educate yourself. Don't wait for me or anybody. Don't believe destiny. Don't believe that's fucking garbage. Don't believe yourself. Okay? You got to go and check out yourself, man. And you will know everything. Okay, this is the hospital.
Women and children mangled beyond recognition. On April 1st, Israeli occupation forces completed their withdrawal from the Al-Shifa medical complex in Gaza City after a 2-week-long siege on the hospital in the.
So you see a lot of people, right? You have to understand there's 2.3 million people living on 350-mile area. So there's a lot of young, and half of them are young, under 18 or 14 years old. So a lot of them, they go to the hospitals because the hospitals are safe to them because they have no place to run away no more. If you walk on the road, they kill you. If you walk around, they kill you in your house. Everywhere, they're bombing everywhere. So a lot of people think that a hospital would be safe. So they go into the hospital and just hang around the hospital. They feel that they are being safe because it's a safe location. This is what they did to the hospital.
Surrounding area. leaving behind evidence of horrific mass atrocities. Journalists have documented at least 300 bodies of men, women,
300 bodies, motherfuckers. 300 bodies, man.
and children mangled beyond recognition and scattered, with some buried alive, burned, and run over with tanks and bulldozers.
Run over by tanks, bulldozers. These are animals, man. 300 bodies, men, women, and children, right? Yeah.
Executions of both wounded patients and medical staff have also been documented. This sadistic atrocity is widely viewed as punishment for...
This is the scum of the earth. These are the Nazis of our age. These are the children of the Nazis. You never know. The Nazis could have fucked their mothers, man.
Being forced to
Or their
withdraw by the
grandmothers.
Palestinian resistance who inflicted unbearable losses on occupation forces during the 2-week siege. This adds to the growing list of war crimes committed by Israel and sponsored by the United States, who recently approved sending a military aid package of 8.
We see how big this bomb is? They throwing these bombs on neighborhoods. We already gave them 21,000 one of them. I don't know. I think 1,800.
1,800 Mark 84.
Well, look, I just guessed it. We just sent them 1,800 of these big bombs. This bomb, I'm 205 pounds. This is 10 times my weight. This bomb is heavier than me 10 times. And this is, they're going to throw it on an area of 350 miles square feet. They have no Air Force. They have no anti-missiles. They have no tanks. They have no rockets. They got those dumb rockets. Is this more flash?
Or 2,000-pound bombs and approximately 500 Mark 82 500-pound bombs to Israel, contradicting the
There he is. There he is.
Biden administration's public concerns about mounting civilian deaths in Gaza. On April 1st, Israeli occupation forces completed their withdrawal from the Al-Shifa medical complex.
All right. You saw that, right? You saw how big those bombs are, man? Damn. Those are big motherfucking bombs, man. You know what I'm saying? These animals, they gotta get paid. Money, money, money. Money. Dollar bill, y'all. Anything for the money, these garbage. They sell their souls, man. I would never look at myself in the mirror in my whole life. Oh, look at the lot of I'm looking at Twitter when I'm talking to you. A lot of destruction these people did. What is this? Oh, these are fucking idiots. What happened? Oh, okay. Wait. Why did I leave? I don't have my brother Vlad today. Vlad, where are you today, my brother? We miss Vlad, right? Let's see what's trending, right? You want to look at it? All right, fucking idiots. Yeah, I'm looking. Let me give you an idea. Let me look. Let you. Yeah, these are the fucking animals. These are the hungry son of a bitches. They sold themselves, man. I will never sell myself. Never ever. Oh. Okay. Okay, I have to bring it here, right? Gotta bring it here. Hold on. I gotta bring it. Okay. Because if I play any video from, how is this? What does this say here? Orange and magnetic logo. I don't know what the fuck he's saying. That sounds like Spanish to me. All right, let's see what's trending here. You see? It says contact one. What is that? Let's look at it. Together. All right, that sounds stupid already. All right. What's trending? What's trending? Florida Supreme Court, Trump media. Oh, man, leave Trump alone, man. Leave Donald Trump alone, man. Fucking guy. They're bothering. They're trying to bankrupt this guy, man. Leave him alone. Leave Donald Trump alone. Genocidal Joe. Let's say.
All of this. What do you expect me to do?
This is an old video from
I'm
another
sick.
war.
I'm always, I don't know. I can't do anything. All of this. What do you expect me to do? Fix it? I'm only 10. I can't even do anything this morning. I just want to be a doctor or anything to help my people, but I can't. I'm just a kid. I don't even know what to do. I get scared, but not really that much. I do anything for my people, but I don't know what to do. I'm just 10. I'm just 10. All of this, when I see it, I literally cry every day, saying to myself, why do we deserve this? What did we do to this? My family said they just hate us. They just don't like us because we are Muslims. Why does Muslims act for you like that? We're just kids. You see all of the kids around me? They're just kids. Why wouldn't you just send a missile to them and kill them? It's not fair. It's not fair.
All right, young lady. All right, you're right. Life is not fair. What are you going to do, young lady? What are you going to do? Our problem is that we live in a world that doesn't give a damn. World that lives on lies. I'm tired, man. I got to go, guys. Anyway, guys, my body is tired a little bit. Let me go rest and have dinner. You know, it's Ramadan, man. It's Ramadan. Remember, these are the evil ones. They have taken money. Yeah. Look at that mouth. Ugh. See that mouth? Disgusting. Unkissable. Disgusting. You know why I want to get up? Because my butt is hurting me. I'm going to be honest with you. My buttocks is hurting me. All right, guys, I got to go, man. Thank you for listening, man. Guys, I need your help. Please support the channel. Free Palestine. Use your access to social media to write about the genocide in Palestine. Expose the genocidal maniacs in the Israeli army and expose those who take money like these animals. They take money to run cover for the murder of 16,000 children. Unbelievable. You know, God is great. Don't worry. Don't worry. God is a patient God. God is a patient God. Inna Allahu ma'as-sabirin. You know, I love you all. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. All right? Da la 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 la. Da 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 da. See you tomorrow. Oh. Shit. What happened? I know I did. I pressed the wrong button.